Hello, got 5 minutes? I'm Dr. Stephen Knowlton, Dr. No for short. I'm a family doctor in Reidsville, North Carolina. I am producing these videos because I am convinced that global warming related to human activities is our #1 public health threat. This is my third video about global warming and our use of cars and trucks. I have designed it for people who don't have much knowledge about or experience with electric vehicles. If you already know a lot about this subject, skip to another YouTube video that can teach you things you don't know. Otherwise, stay right here. I'll do my best to educate you. More about electric cars. In my last video, I said that an electric car should be your #1 choice for a second car. Why not a first car? Without a doubt in my mind, if you are a 2-car family, getting an electric car for your second car makes absolute sense unless both drivers drive hundreds of miles a day. It helps if you have a garage or parking space near your house to charge the car. There are many early model second-hand electric cars like the Nissan Leaf that currently sell for $10,000 to $15,000 on sites like cars.com, Carvana.com, or CarMax.com. The range may only be 80 to 100 miles, but this is all most people need in a second car. As I mentioned in a previous video, I have driven over 28,000 miles over 5 years in my 2015 Nissan Leaf. Home to work and back, home to the store and back, home to the YMCA and back. Of course, I tried to tie together several trips in one, but you get the picture. For the first 2 months after buying the car, I used the charging cable that came in the trunk, which connects to a 120-volt household outlet. Under the car's hood is an inverter, which changes the incoming electricity from alternating current to direct current. This worked fine overnight, since it added 4 miles of range an hour. So after charging overnight, I would have 40 to 50 miles of added range. 2 months after buying the car, I had a 220-volt, 40-amp juice box charger installed in my garage. This adds up to 40 miles of range in 1 hour. It allowed me to come home from work, plug the car in, and an hour later drive from where I lived to Greensboro and back. The important thing to remember is while the Leaf was charging, whether by 110-volt or 220-volt, I was not standing around the garage waiting for it to be done, like you do when you are pumping gasoline. I went in the house, changed clothes, worked on the computer, ate dinner, watched TV, or did any of the myriad things we do when we get home. Sticking the charger into the charging port takes 20 seconds at most. I bought the Leaf in 2016. A lot has changed in 5 years. The next year I bought a 2017 Chevy Bolt with an EPA rated range of 238 miles. The technological advances in 2 years were amazing and have only gotten better since then. Range varies with speed and temperature. If I drive 70 miles per hour, I may only get 180 miles of range. But if I drive at 40 to 50 miles per hour, I may get almost 300 miles of range. I have less range in the cold. This is very similar to gasoline cars, which get less miles per gallon the faster you drive them, and less miles per gallon the colder it is. The important thing to remember is since almost all of the car charging happens at home, the efficiency of the car does not usually matter, since I drive the car into the garage, insert the charging cable, walk in the house, and forget it. But what about long road trips, you're now asking me? Thanks for the question. Road trips in 2022 are a lot easier than they were in 2016, even for non-Tesla cars. My wife and I drove from North Carolina to Cape Cod, Massachusetts in September 2021, a distance of 860 miles, in 2 days, exactly the amount of time I have needed for the trip in the past with a gas car. Sure, we spent more time fast charging on the road at Electrify America rapid charging stations compared to what we would have spent with an internal combustion car like my Prius. But during the rest of the year, near home, when I would have been wasting minutes and money standing outside at a gas station filling up my Prius. I was inside my house, away from the broiling heat, the rain, or the frigid cold. You get the picture. The guy on the left is charging his car in his garage, and within seconds will walk into his nice warm house and do whatever he wants to do. The guy on the right is getting gasoline at a conventional gas station, just like the ones you use to gas up your car. He is freezing his butt off. Which would you rather do? You do have a choice. You can continue buying internal combustion cars, like the one you have now, and have to stand outside while fueling your car. Or you can switch to an electric car. Which is it going to be? In addition, cars that have come out in 2021 and are coming out in 2022 tend to have more miles of range than our 2017 Chevy Bolt and charge much faster. Road trips have become much easier even if you don't own a Tesla. Have you considered a Ford Mustang Mach-E, a Ford F-150 Lightning pickup truck, or a Volkswagen ID.4? Think about a lease if you don't want to buy one. But the easiest thing to do is to start with a relatively inexpensive second-hand electric car. 2 or 3 years from now, add a second electric car if you are a 2-car family. You will wish you had done this sooner. Thank you.